Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the garage, welcome to another day of working on the race truck. So we're going to get back to the race truck content. We've been spending a lot of time with the 24 valve, which I am excited about, but we really need to get working on the truck, get things buttoned up. Yesterday, Wednesday, we were actually planning on going to Cecil County Dragway with the 24 valve, just kind of get some stock times, whatever that thing runs. Put down below, because eventually we will run it, what you think that thing will run stock, because I do have a plan. I'm thinking like 17.5 seconds, but I want to run the truck stock power, also with our Super Chips tuner, and then as we do modifications, we can periodically go to the track or whatever and, you know, refine those numbers and see what the modifications actually do. That being said, Cecil County Dragway ended up getting, well, they didn't end up opening. They planned on opening because Maryland's opened up, but apparently they got contacted and yeah, they weren't allowed to open up. I know it would have been a mob scene, but it would have been good. I would have been able to get there right after work, probably try and get a couple runs in before it got too packed. But anyway, yada, 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 they're not open. But it just reminds me we need to get working on the race truck. So we just have a bunch of little stuff. We have parts to do. A lot of it is actually safety related. Like our hood stack, I still haven't figured out what I want to do with that, but a lot of little stuff that we have to do. Honestly, I was definitely getting a little burnout on the race truck. I'm sure you guys were too. We've been working on this thing nonstop for like a year and a half now. We're getting close enough that we can see the finish line, and we just need to, you know, get that second, third, whatever breath or wind and get it done. So what are we doing tonight on the race truck? Well, first things first, like I said, we have some safety items. So right here, we have a window net. So as you guys can see there, we have a Stroud window net. If you guys look, it looks a little thin or, you know, a little, not quite that wide. This is a custom window net we got from Stroud to our dimensions. It is 10 inches wide, which is the SFI minimum. And that is because really with how we designed the cage with the funny car caged portion, that's really all we can kind of fit in there. So our window net's going to basically go like that, and, you know, attached to the bottom and the top of the cage when we are drag racing. So this is really to keep, like, you know, your arms or whatever from falling, you know, flailing out, you know, if something happens or whatever. But we have that from Stroud. It is of good quality. It only took them like a week and a half or so to do it. Basically gave them, you know, 10 inches, 90-degree angle, 90-degree angle, and then how far down on either side. So how we're going to attach this is right here, this kit that you see before you. Now, this is not actually a kit. This is something I made. Really, there's a couple different ways to mount these things. A lot of them you will see like old seatbelt buckles and stuff like that. Well, Tim McAmis, if you guys don't follow their channel, check them out. They build like pro mod cars and stuff like that. They have a kit for theirs, and they said that it is now actually a pro mod rule to have a quick release net. So anybody on the inside or outside can just get that thing off in like one or two motions, one-handed, and get the net out of the way so they can get out of the vehicle. So he said, typically what happens, you know, the higher up classes get these rules and then it extends down. This being something so simple, I could see it being required anywhere. So we came up with our own quick release setup. So how the McAmis kit works is he has this spring-loaded thing in the front, and you just pull this handle forward, and the tube will fall out, and it's got an end piece that goes in over here. So really nice and simple, but you need two hands to put it all together. And basically that was my plan, to just basically replicate his kit. But once I got here and looking at our cage, I figured out an even better plan. If we kind of reverse it and go like this and have a little stub piece here on the frame, what we can do is you jam this thing onto the spring-loaded portion and push the spring back, and then we can tilt this bar and get it on our little stubby piece here. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Actually, it goes like that, so there's a stop. So then that'll rest there. Our spring will be providing tension, keeping the net there. And then if you need to get out, all you got to do is kind of grab the net, pull back so the spring depresses, and then the thing will drop right out. And then this gets welded onto the bottom of the cage. How this all works, we got a little bolt in here so we can slide our net on, because it does have to be recertified every 2 years, and it just bolts on the bottom portion. So I know, kind of a little complicated way to explain it. It'll all make sense once we get this thing installed. So I got this all sorted out, figured out how we're going to do it last night. Our install should be rather easy. We're going to put our little spring thing, whatever we want to call it. Our spring assembly is going to go here. The little stubby piece for the tube is going to go up in here. We'll pull this out so we can get a weld on it. And then the bottom portion here. So I know it might not make sense right yet. Once we get this thing installed, you're going to see it and go, man, that makes so much sense. So anyway, guys, we'll get to putting this thing in and then go forward from there. Like I said, it's going to make sense, and I'm pretty happy. Well, I think I'm going to be pretty happy if this thing works the way I want it to work. So let's get to it and install this window net. Well, as you guys can see, our window net is installed. So like I said, it's nice and easy. Just grab it, pull, and it's down. So very easy to do. If you're strapped in the truck and something's going on, you could really put it in with one hand if you wanted to. I swear you can. There we go. So it's not too hard. Yeah, it's a little, you're trying to get that little hole lined up. Not a big deal though, but to get it out, down, out, quick release, you're out of the truck, ready to go. I'm very happy with how this all turned out. I think it looks good. And yeah, just very, very happy with it, that's for sure. So, like I told you guys, you got two solid mounts down here. We're bolted in. This bar can slide in and out. So every 2 years when we get this thing certified, we can just unclip it and slide our bars out up top here. Same thing. And our net is in. So, yeah, a little tighter up here with this window or door seal or whatever, but that might be going away anyway. I haven't decided. But yeah, very happy with how that thing turned out. That will keep us safe, keep us legal, all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, Stroud, like I said, it was like a week and a half. Very happy with the quality and all that, and very happy with the method we came up with mounting it. So on to tonight's next install. Right here, this is a front drive shaft loop. Yeah, well, I guess that's all there really is to it. It's a bolt-in front drive shaft loop to keep us legal and safe, in case that front drive shaft ever decides to go. This comes from our man, MD Diesel Fab, Mike, MD Diesel Fab on the Instagram. So Mike is a fabricator. You guys know we used him when we did our bedsides. He let us borrow his bracketry or his mock-up rig for that to make that job easier. He has like last couple times I was over there, and I need to just bring my camera next time I go over, show you guys some of his work, but he had a couple 850 cages he was working on for different third-gen trucks, full interiors, and the fit, the finish, how tight they were to the headliner. I mean, just great work. So if you're in the Cecil County dragway area, definitely check him out for like an 850 cage, a roll bar. Hey, if you got, kind of like a compound setup you want to do in your truck or some kind of fabrication need like that, definitely hit him up. swing the idea by him, and maybe you guys can work together. I'm telling you right now, go check out his Instagram. The work speaks for itself. So he had one of his customers ask him to make some of these bolt-in drive shaft loops. Well, his customer asked him to make him a bolt-in drive shaft loop, and our buddy Mike, he decided to just go ahead and make a few while he had all the bends and all that figured out. So we were able to get one of these from him. I believe this is chromoly. Yeah, this is chromoly. I want to say it's 1.25 inches. I can't remember the sizes and all that. I've actually had this thing for like a month now or something like that. But yeah, so this is going to bolt on our differential in the front there. So basically, I'll show you on the rear where it's nice and easy to see. What we will be doing is basically, now just imagine this is a front axle. We're going to clamp that front drive shaft hoop onto our axle here. And on the other side, on the front, it's, you know, symmetrical, which you guys will see. So we get that bolt, you know, get that clamped up, then we'll drill through and we'll bolt it to there. And we have the top that's removable, but it's only 2 bolts anyway. So that way we can get our front drive shaft in and out, you know, whatever we need to do and still be legal. We're not going to be welding one in like we have right here in the rear of the truck. So this should be a fairly simple install. I don't know how hard that differential is going to be to drill, but basically we'll plop this thing on there, get her lined up, drill her, and bolt her. So yeah, let's get this done. All right, so our front drive shaft hoop is installed. Not much drama there, fairly easy. Got it in, clamped up, lined up, centered up, then drilled our 2 holes and bolted it up. Doesn't get much easier than that, other than, you know, laying on your back under the truck. But yeah, there's plenty of room to our front drive shaft. It's easily removable. Very happy with that, and just another thing to check off the list. So we got our 2 little jobs for this evening done. Our front drive shaft hoop, very easy, simple install. Very happy with that whole setup. And our Stroud window net is installed, our custom window net for the truck, because obviously our cage is very custom and is much bigger than anything that would be in a car. So I'm very happy with how this whole thing turned out. Very easy to get off, and also very easy to get back on. You can do it with one hand, and just simple. It'll be easy to get out of the vehicle in case something were to ever happen. So we got those 2 safety / regulatory things done. Just a couple more things to check off the boxes. We got some other stuff coming for the truck that is kind of the same thing, safety related, because, well, this thing's probably going to scare the crap out of me, so we need to be safe. Anyway, guys, so we need to start focusing back on the drag truck. We have a bunch of little stuff to knock out. Like, I basically have 2 lists. It's stuff I want to do to the drag truck and stuff I have to do to the drag truck. So stuff that we have to do in order to get this thing so it's 1/4 mile ready. So that's the stuff we're going to be focusing on. It's some safety stuff, some wiring stuff, some miscellaneous stuff like that. So like our hood stack, I still got to figure out what I want to do with that. So anyway, guys, working back on the drag truck. She's coming along. Once again, another good night in the garage, just knocking out a couple jobs. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Please like the video, subscribe down below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Get out in your garage, get the wrenching on your truck.